Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Arsenal got away with one. Were Liverpool robbed? I think we'll ask and we'll know. But Arsenal got away with a point from Anfield. Does that tell me they are really the real title contenders? They aren't pretenders anymore. And Man United, humbled again, embarrassed. What's new? Staffy called it on El Ahwa. Staffy called it a couple of days ago. He said, we'll back to the losing side again. We will celebrate the nil-nil win against Liverpool, and then we're back to the draw. And Spurs, they survived Everton's scare, to be honest with you. But we're here to talk with the guys to know what happened. And Newcastle lost 1-0 to Luton. I didn't see that coming. And Saad is the only one I think who saw it on El Ahwa. He said Luton would win that one. Saad is racking up points. But I'm here with the guys, of course, Giuseppe, Staffy, Will Stewart. Brandon is going to be here at one point. Hussam is going to be here, of course. Hussam called it 1-1. And Saad from the football corner. And Hussam is going to join us once he's done with his match reaction. But I think it's only fair to start with the first game of the day. Manchester United, actually. I'm not going to start with Arsenal Liverpool. We'll wait because we'll talk to Hussam and we'll talk to the Arsenal boys. But I want to start with Staffy here. I watched some of his watch along. Miserable, annoyed. He has nothing to say but bad words about Ten Hag. He said Ten Hag out, even though he said, yeah, well, we might be resolved. But there's a center back that I had no idea what's his name until this moment that played in this game. But Staffy, talk to me though. What happened? Hot potato midfield again. McTominay. What was his role in the game? Talk to me.
Bro, it's like I'm saying the same thing after every game and I'm getting tired of it. It's becoming repetitive. Even I'm getting annoyed of listening to myself. Can just imagine people hearing me say the same thing over and over again. But there's people that still need to hear it, which is why I'm still here. I finished that game. I took a nap and I woke up and I was like, you know what? It's time to preach again. Time to preach the truth. The truth is that first of all, I'm surprised that by the time I woke up from the nap, this guy was still at a job because I can't understand how you can underperform massively at your job and still I wish I could get hired by Man United. I can just fuck about and I'll never get fired. It's crazy. You can underperform as much as you want. And there's no backlash
Precautions. No
whatsoever.
precautions. Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, you don't get no punishment. There's no accountability there. The club is a joke. The team is a joke. This manager's a joke. We kept possession. Actually, it wasn't hot potato. We just kept possession and did nothing with it. We had 65% possession. They absolutely did not press us. They did not try to do anything. They did that was a typical boxing match where just one boxer just covers his face for the first few rounds, and then when the other one gets gassed, let me try to knock him out, and that's what happened. The 72nd minute they get a chance, and then what's his name scores, Bowen, and then Muhammad Kudos, who I told people I would take, but they said no, let's get MM7. He's the new David Beckham. He's going to trust the manager, Staffy. Oh my God, trust the fucking manager. And he scores against us. It's so funny that everyone who Ten Hag managed dunks on him whenever he sees him, but the ones that he signed do nothing. They do absolutely nothing. I was on my channel right before this and I was showing people stats. Kudos completed 6 successful take-ons out of 9. Our 2 wingers combined attempted 7, and they only accomplished 1. Imagine accomplishing 1 tick. These are the wingers that I'm on. By the way, you need to bear this in mind. I grew up watching Ronaldo on the wing. I grew up watching Tevez on the wing. I grew up watching Nani on the wing. I grew up watching absolute wingers who actually cook their defenders. I'm watching today my wingers combined for 1 pass to their striker, who's absolutely shit, by the way. He's been playing like shit. But yet again, the guy had 1 fucking pass play to him from his wingers. How is this not a coaching issue? When people sit here and they want to blame individuals, I blame the individuals, but I also blame the manager. How is your manager coaching a team like this where your wingers are not completing passes to the striker and they're not taking on their defenders and beating the defenders? So if you're not direct and if you're not creative, what do you do? And then we have Starboy Garnacho looking like the Argentinian Bambi, okay, that Argentinian jar of mayonnaise, missing a one-on-one chance with the goalkeeper. I was on Saeed's channel last week, and I showed this comment on my show. This guy said Staffy is hating on Garnacho because he thinks it's fashionable. He is a good talent. Let him do his thing. I saw him do his thing today. He did nothing. The guy missed a one-on-one chance with the goalkeeper, and that's all he did for 90 minutes or how many minutes he's played. And to make it worse, when the manager decided, let me change something, he brings off Højlund after 55 minutes, and he brings on Rashford and he puts him as striker. Yeah, he make this make sense. Yeah, he make this make sense. How are you keeping Garnacho on, and you're taking off Højlund, who's getting no service? And you're putting Rashford, who is good on the left wing, in the middle. Bro, it's a joke, bro. Like, it's actually a joke. Not even to mention that Bruno's playing like a deep lying midfielder, which, by the way, when I said don't get Mount, they told me, oh, we don't need to sign a deep lying midfielder. Bruno can play there. Well, can he play there? Can people now tell me, after watching this football for about 5 months, has that worked? Because I got called negative when I said that. I got called negative when I said it's not going to work. I got called negative when I said I'd rather sign a Caicedo type of player, a Rice type of player, to take a player deeper in the midfield instead of getting Mason Mount. Because listen, when Mason Mount is out injured, who do we have doing his job? McTominay. McTominay again survives another 90 minutes. This guy must have nudes on Ten Hag or something. This guy must be blackmailing him, because the fact that this guy plays 90 minutes every game is crazy. I checked the passing stat mode. Our passing stats, the two center backs, Evans and Kambwala, they average 83 passes between them. One of them was 82, the other one was 84. So they both had about 83 passes, okay? Scott McTominay and Bruno combined had 80 passes.
Yeah, but that's what I said. Hot potatoes, you said no.
But it's not even hot
doesn't mean
potato.
position. Hot potato means your midfield cannot complete the passes together.
No, hot potatoes getting rid of the ball quick mode. They weren't
are.
even showing up to the ball.
Both McTominay and Bruno Fernandes, they weren't getting on the ball enough. When they got the ball,
But that's not hot potato. That's my point. My point is they're not getting on the ball. They wanted to get
rid of it. Okay. Bruno Fernandes wanted to get rid of the ball as fast as he can. He doesn't want to keep
he's playing in a role that's not his.
Yeah, of course, I agree with you.
I'm at a point where I'm
agreeing with you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm at a point that I don't even want to complain about the players anymore. And I'm going to send you a picture right now, Mo. I don't know if you saw it on my Twitter or not. I'm going to send you a picture, and if you could put it as an overlay right now, that would be really appreciated. Actually, I'm sending you two right now. 1 second. Check your WhatsApp. I just sent you two pictures.
But listen, I want to get the other guys, like Saad wanted to speak on Man United for a bit.
Yeah, listen, I just want to say right now, Man United, you know, when you have food and there's no salt in it, there's no seasoning, nothing, it's just bland. That's Ten Hag's football right now. Like
it's raw like the chicken we saw at Old Trafford. Yeah, that's what.
Crazy. I don't even know how he's still in a job. How is this guy still in a job? And people just, I don't think it's fair to crash it on Kobe Mainoo, because he's still one of the best players. And even if you put the best player in a shit team, eventually you're going to see a shit side to them.
You'll see the picture.
You're going to eventually see a shit side to them. A good person in a shit team, or a good player in a shit team, can only look so good for so long before he's doing everything, and eventually he's going to drop a blunder here and there. Because, bro, nobody's helping him. Nobody's assisting this guy. The young kid actually had a good game, but bro.
We're playing a 1-1-1 in midfield. We're playing a straight line, bro. That's a straight line, bro. We're playing a straight line in midfield. Look at this, bro. If you play Volta in FIFA, it tells you if you want to play 1-1-1. That's the only time I've seen a midfield of one. It's Volta. This is Volta ball. Look at our DM. Look at his 8, and look at McTominay the 10. Look at this, bro. It's embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. And can you put the other picture, Mo? Because I sent two. Put the other one, please.
Yeah. Just let me do it. Let me do the other picture as well.
Wallahi, bro. I don't get paid enough for this. This is every day.
You actually don't.
No, and I still have people crashing it on me, and they're like, "Hold what, bro? I told you we're gonna lose. Why are you coming at me? Go to the simps. Where's the simps? Where's the Ten Hag simps today? Where's the Ten Hag militia? Where's the defense league? Look at this, bro. Oh my god, bro. Look at this, bro. You see two players in the frame, bro. Look at this. How are you getting pressed by their front line? Where's the midfield? If I'm Mainoo right now and I'm looking at this, who am I passing the ball to? Can someone tell me? If you're number 37 right now, what are you doing? There's no options, bro.
You have one option. That's it.
You have that option, or the goalkeeper, 2 sideways passes or backwards passes. It's a joke, bro. When people say trust the process, give him time. I would love one person to debate me and tell me why I should give him time. Wallahi, if you convince me, I'll say, you know what? I'll give him time. if your only argument is we can't sack another manager, which is basically you're complaining about previous trauma, or the fact that you're blaming the Glazers, then I don't want to hear it. Because on the pitch, I have seen nothing that warrants this guy to get a second chance. I said if Sir Jim comes in with a new footballing structure, he does not deserve to start the manager. He does not deserve to start this rebuild. What has he done in 18 months where people looked at it like, you know what? If he had proper backing and he would get XYZ type of players or ABC type of players or 1, 2, 3 type of players, he will do well. Please name me one thing you've seen that warrants him a second chance. He doesn't deserve a second chance. He doesn't deserve to stay until a new structure comes in. He doesn't deserve to work under a new director of football because he's shown nothing on the pitch that warrants that. When the article came out yesterday and it showed that he insisted to get Casemiro knowing that he's not getting Harry Kane because of the wages, that's on him. But the simps still want to tell me, oh, but he didn't negotiate the prices. Ten Hag does not sit at the negotiations table. He didn't pay the wages. No shit, he didn't pay the fucking fees. I never said he paid the fees, but he insisted with it. When he pushed for Anthony to be signed, knowing that he was valued at 25, and then they said, oh, you're gonna have to pay over 60 again. That's Van der Sar, by the way. Van der Sar, go fuck yourself, by the way, because you're a club legend and you did us dirty with that signing. 60 million. He said you're gonna have to go over that to get him. And they advised Ten Hag and he still pushed for it. People don't want to blame him. Bro, I just don't understand it. If I tell Mo, I am hungry, get me a pizza on the way home. It's like, Staffy, there's only one pizza place open and the pizza's overpriced. I'm like, Mo, I don't give a fuck, buy the pizza. The pizza ends up being shit. I'm not blaming Mo. Mo already told me this shit was going to be overpriced. It's not Mo's fault. It's my fault that I pushed for it.
Staffy, the problem with Ten Hag, is that he and his team and whoever they are, because he brought in a load of people with him, they have full power on transfers. Apparently,
that's why I'm saying
I read into it, and nobody in the hierarchy had power over transfers. It was him. So
everyone said Casemiro was a club signing. It came out yesterday
Hold
that
on,
he insisted.
So you are putting all the problems on Ten Hag.
At least
at the moment,
the majority.
The recruitment, you have to. The recruitment,
the majority. I have to hold them accountable more than anyone.
You have to.
More than anyone.
And hold on, Mo, just quickly. The scary thing. Sorry, Giuseppe. Just one thing. The scary thing is, he had full control of the transfers, and he's bringing these players in that don't even fit into the system he's trying to play, bro.
Listen,
Sads, Ten Hag is a fraud. Yeah, I said it at the end of last season. You say Ten Hag ball is bland. Ten Hag ball does not exist. He does not play anything. Like I don't think he does anything. It's like he tells these players to go on the pitch and just play football, and then they're running into each other's position. There's nothing to his game. He's dropped like last season. I said it. They got the cup. They finished in the top 4. Papered over loads of cracks.
No, they were playing good. No,
they had the worst away record I've ever seen.
Yeah, but they had one of the best home records.
They held. Yeah, exactly. So their home record was pulling them through. They held.
It wasn't. They were Liverpool. Controlling teams. Yeah. They were playing good football at home.
Listen, a manager can't come to.
And then he switched to 3-1-6.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. If Arteta at the start of his tenure, listen, the thing is with Arteta, he had time, he had players the same as Ten Hag, but we saw evolution. Each stage, we see us getting better. We actually see something forming. It might not have been to the rate or what people wanted, but he was doing something. Ten Hag. Yeah, I'm sorry. If Arteta in his first season had conceded 7 against Spurs, and we lost the heaviest ever defeat to Spurs, our away record was that bad, and we see no progression, he can't still be at the club halfway through the next season.
Hold on. This is wrong. So I get the 7, but I'm telling you, you cannot have the guy finishing 3rd, winning a trophy, right? And get sacked. He had to have this season and to see the progression. Now he regressed, though. He regressed, and I think,
not even the word.
In my opinion, in the Bournemouth game when he lost 3-0 at home, he should have been sacked in the tunnel. I swear, and I know, like if we have Egyptians in the chat, people, Murtada Mansour style in the tunnel. You know what I mean? We had this guy in Egypt.
Carlo Ancelotti.
We had this guy in Egypt who used to be a president of a club. I swear to God, he sacked a manager at halftime. Listen, I
He
swear
should
to
have been.
God, at halftime from the stand, he went down at halftime and sacked a manager. Google him. He sacked a manager at halftime, bro.
Listen,
The
it's
guy
also on
did
the
it. He went
Glazers.
to the dressing room and prevented him from going to the dressing room. And he said, "You're assistant in managing the second half." The guy should Bournemouth game in the tunnel. Someone should have had like a gift or a flowers bouquet. Ten Hag, thank you so much. We love you.
Flowers for
And
what?
then go ahead, go somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Like, what
Thank
the
you
fuck
so
does he
much.
deserve flowers for?
The only thing they should have had waiting for at the tunnel. What do you guys call it there in England? Sad, the P45. Yeah, get this guy,
There's a
bro. Sign your
documentation.
P45 and fuck
To
up.
be
out of
honest,
here.
you should have been Bournemouth 3-0 at home. You're gone, bro.
Listen,
You're
the day you
gone.
went to the day you went to the Glazers and said to them he's made Bruno Fernandes captain of the club, they should have said, "See you later, mate. We know you ain't this ain't
That's
for you."
one of the things as well.
By the way, this
know-
guy was suspended last game against Liverpool for picking up 5 yellows. How did he pick up his 5th yellow? For dissent. What does he do today? Pick up a yellow because of what? Dissent. This guy is a joke, bro. That's our captain, by the way.
And one of your better performances
It's
was when he weren't
insane.
there.
Like, he's
One of your
actually
better
insane, bro.
performances.
Will.
You know this.
Can I
Just
get-
quickly,
can I
Mo.
get- go ahead.
Actually, I just want to say,
I
you
want
know,
to ask
Ten
Will a
Hag, yeah.
question specifically.
He actually
Will,
looks,
about.
he actually looks funny, yeah, because this is what I feel like Ten Hag does in the changing room before you guys enter games. He has a will, yeah. You know how the wheel of fortune, yeah.
Yeah.
You know how they spin it. He has a will. He's got possession play, counter attacking football, defensive and attacking, and he's like. What are we playing today, guys? We're playing
I believe he has no. But listen, about
No, we're
this
not
style
good,
of play and this thing about his players today. I saw Romero go at halftime today.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Spurs yet, Will, but I saw Romero went out. You still try to play the same football. Emerson Royale, who's a right back, who's a shit right back, play left back, play all right, move the ball around. Oliver Skip, Bissouma's not there. You still play the same brand of football. Why Ten Hag cannot have a style of play, and why is this notion of he has to get his players? Is that true though? Does he have to get a player?
I just think it's down to the fact that I don't think the club lets him be himself.
Oh my God, here we go.
That's a load of rubbish. That is a load
What
of
do you
rubbish.
mean? What do you mean? Can we let him? Let him land then. Let him land.
So
And
do you
then
not have a style of play at Ajax?
he did.
Yeah.
Okay, so then why doesn't he have a style of play in United?
Okay,
If
cool.
I
Let me
hear the
ask you this, Will.
Glazers again, wallahi, I'm
not
gonna
talking
leave
about the
the stream.
Glazers. I'm talking
I am
about
tired
idiots
of
you
the
got
Glazers
in
getting
the
blamed.
back room, actually in England, right? Not the guys 33,000
Well, what does that
miles
have to
away.
do with him choosing the style of play? No one chose it but him. You're the manager. What does the style of play have to do with the people up in the board? There is no director of football anyways.
Do we think it's pressure? Do you think it's pressure?
Yeah,
To
he's
do
crippling
what?
under it. He's crippling under it, and he's
No,
trying
I mean,
to do
explain
stuff
to me.
get out of
Explain,
it,
please.
and he can't.
I've been
He's
listening. I've
fumbling
been
it.
sitting here listening, and I just want to know. Explain to me how a manager can have a style of play at one club that's clear cut. You could say, okay, this is how Ten Hag plays. Then go to a different club, and then all of a sudden he has no style of play.
Pressure change.
The
What
question,
does pressure
the
have
answer
to
is
do with?
so
You don't think there's
simple.
pressure coming from Scotland into Tottenham?
Can I answer? It's so
Postecoglou is
simple.
Playing his style.
He ain't gonna have the pressure that Man United.
Do you
are
not?
under.
Do you not think though? Right?
What
Do
are
you
you
not think
talking
though?
about?
Do you not think top managers adapt to the players that they have at their disposal?
No,
one thing-
no, that's not
Hang
what
on.
top managers do. Top managers come
They
in
play
and
their
say,
style
"This
regardless.
is how we're playing,"
Eric
and I'm
Dyer,
recruiting
did you
players
not
that
see
fit
as soon
that.
as Romero went
Yeah,
off the
I
pitch,
get that.
the
I get
change
that.
in the
I get that.
quality of our
But
team?
my
play
overall
football.
point here is you brought in Rasmus Højlund. Whether it's a Ten Hag signing or not, who knows, right? Only people at the top level at Manchester United will know whether that's a Ten Hag signing or not. But he doesn't help himself when he decides to start the game with a focal point like Rasmus Højlund, who's big, strong, powerful, can hold the ball up, and then he takes him off every single game on like the 50th minute, and then leaves you literally with no focal point whatsoever. He's hoping that Rashford, with his new Duracell battery-looking fucking hairstyle, is going to all of a sudden do something. You know, he ain't done anything for weeks, months. Do you know what I mean? And this is the problem, right? Because you've got players there that let down previous managers, cool, right? But you don't trust in them when your job's on the line. Like you were saying earlier, Staffy, McTominay is all of a sudden his go-to. Rashford's his go-to. What about the players that have been brought in? What about trusting in them? Yeah, okay, they've not been great, but if you continue to trust in the same players that let manager after manager after manager after manager down, you're going to get the same result. So, I agree with you. He has to go because at the end of the day, Man United have got a lot of problems, and the board being one of them, the playing staff being another. Ten Hag, he's not necessarily going to be a solution to it, but he shouldn't be a problem himself. And instead, what he's done is he's come in and he's caused himself more problems than what he has solutions, and he's become a major part of the problem at Manchester United, and he has to go.
Can I, before we do, listen, welcome everybody that joined from This Is Football, from Ossam's stream. He's going to be joining us in a second. Listen, guys, we're almost at 700 people here, so hit that like button, please, people. If you just joined, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're talking about Man United. Let me do this couple of super chats. It's easy to hit that like button, people. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it helps the channel massively. It's the only way we're going to go and grow this channel and grow this community. So please do that. Ozan Kabak is saying, big up Judge Mo. Shout out Staffy. Will hold that. Sad. Hold that. They got a draw. What do you mean hold that? But listen, Andrew, I see your super chats. I'm going to put them out when we talk about the Liverpool, but thank you so much for the super chats. Andrew, I see both super chats about Liverpool and how they played. LFC Badr is saying Pochettino is dead. I'm loving Big Ange instead. Pochettino's playing better football than Ten Hag, to be honest. I'm just saying it. But both to be honest,
you play better football in your Sunday league. That's not a flex. It's okay.
It's not a flex. It's not a flex, to be honest. I'm saying, like, Ange Postecoglou is a flex. When you have Emerson Royal and Pedro Porro and you're playing that brand of football, that's a flex, to be honest. But listen, I get what people are saying. Erik Ten Hag has to go. I said that weeks ago, and I said that this Liverpool result, the 0-0, is something that, with all due respect, Man United fans, they should not have wished that result. He should have gotten smashed.
No, but you know what it is,
I promise you, it's going to buy him time. Probably until February.
Can I tell you something? Because people still like to accuse me that I'm just being negative and I just waffle, and everyone apparently knows more than me. The last two results that I expected that were going to be positive was Chelsea and Liverpool. I said we're going to smash Chelsea because they're shit. And against Liverpool, I didn't give a prediction on it, but I kept telling everyone it's going to be a close game. And we actually seen a 0-0 draw. And I said it's mainly going to come down to the midfield. Every other game, I predict us to lose. And we lost. And see, it's people like Roar that sit in the chat and they say, enough Stuffy, we get it. When I get something wrong or I say something negative, I get absolutely abused in every comment section. But when I get shit right, no one says anything. So if I'm not going to defend myself, who will? Is it going to be you, Roar? No, because you're a simp. I don't expect a simp like you to come out and say anything. Okay? When I was on Saeed's channel last week saying that Garnacho is shit and people need to stop overrating him, and he misses a one-on-one today, do you think people messaged me after the game, Staffy, you was right, my fault? No one did. So shut the fuck up when I sit here and I say that I was right and you're simping for the wrong manager and we're going to continue to lose because of you. Then don't come and tell me, oh, you're looking for credit when you're the first one to criticize me. It's people like you that make me fucking hate this football club, whether you're a United fan or not. Absolute simp, bro. Oh my God, these guys, man.
Garnacho is your Alex Iwobi. Like
bro, don't disrespect the Iwobi like that ever again.
Honestly,
Iwobi's actually a good player, bro.
We had that with Alex Iwobi. Everybody was talking about
respect the Iwobi, bro.
And,
respect the Iwobi.
Yeah, but you know my point. You know my point.
This Garnacho guy is shit, bro. And I'm gonna keep saying, and I'm gonna say it every week so I could piss off more players. They think he's something exotic because he's South American and he came from the academy. He's shit, bro. He's shit. I've seen better talent.
He scored an overhead kick, though, Staffy. Come on, mate.
What's
that?
That
gives him a pass for at least the next year. Come on.
Yeah, because he wears CR7 boxers, bro. Okay.
To be honest with you, Garnacho, when I first saw the guy, I never took him as like a top player. Like he, like yes, you can run. You're a little bit quick, and he turned out to be he's not actually quick. Like, what does he have? Like, amazing. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get why Man United fans are like, oh my God, this guy is so good. He's going to be the next CR7. No, I saw no signs of that, to be honest.
He has a fluky.
Brennan Johnson is better than
finish. He has a fluky finish. That's what he has, man.
Give him time to develop. Give him time. He's only 19.
He's not great, though. He's not great. Like, he doesn't have mad dribbling or mad speed or physically he is strong.
Bro, he's on the floor every game, Mo. He's on
the floor. I don't get it. What does he have, though?
They're starving, Mo. That's the problem. That if they ain't playing Garnacho, they've got the likes of Anthony Martial, who's always injured or walking around the pitch when he is actually playing. They've got the likes of Rashford, who can turn up 1 minute and then go missing for about 6 months. Or they've got the likes of, Hoyland.
But it's not even just that. No, Brendan. It's not that.
Game.
This fan base, every time there's an academy product that gets promoted, they have their pants around their ankles. They can't contain their excitement every time they see a player that comes out of the academy. They think every player is going to be the next Giggs. It's going to be the next Scholes. It's going to be the next, I don't know. They just get so excited for every talent that comes out of this team. Which, by the way, when I rated Mainu, everyone was like, calm down. He's 18. Stop overrating him.
Literally told you
And
the
then when it
same.
goes to Garnacho, they're like, oh, hold on, give him some time. He can come out to be something. So when I rate someone, I can't rate him. I'm overrating him. But when I say someone is shit, it's just fashionable to hate on him. This fan base is absolutely deluded, bro. One of the worst fan bases I've seen in the world, bro. And they think at this point, if I'm still getting accused for saying this for clicks, explain to me why we're sitting in 8th place. Explain to me why West Ham with David Moyes is ahead of us. David Moyes never beat United, by the way. Ten Hag came in and he beat us twice. Moyes never had a win on United until this bald fraud came in, bro. But yeah, apparently I'm doing this for
By the
clicks.
way, that's another game
Alanga would be your best midfielder if he hadn't sold
Bro,
him.
if we played this style,
sorry,
I would have never said Salah. I said Salah because he's not good in position. The guy goes to Forest, plays counterattack, has 7 GA, he has more combined GA than my whole front line. And that's Alanga who I didn't rate. Wallahi, if I knew we were going to play that style of football, I would have said keep him and keep Daniel James. Because I said sell him. I said these guys can't play on the ball. They'll only play P&P. And this fucking fraud then goes to P&P after he sells P&P players. Get this guy out, bro. Get this guy out.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is the gift that keeps on giving. Wallahi. This is
now,
good.
like I was
This is
watching Staffy's watch long, by the way, because Staffy, like when they scored with Kobe Mano made the mistake, he's like, even the best player that we had today made a mistake. Like they can't catch a break, bro.
Bro, it's 8 a.m.
They can't catch a break.
Mo, it is 8 a.m. I'm doing a watch along at 8 a.m. and people want me to rage. I had to rage on mute today. I was like, they scored again.
While you're here, Staffy, I want to get your thoughts on Onana.
He was good today. He saved the one under the bar. He wasn't bad.
Next.
Anyway,
Can you remember?
The West Ham hammer back.
But Sam, you remember it, yeah? You remember the Onana going to be?
Listen,
he
I
actually
have
played
to
good
do with
today.
the clip. That's all Igal's fault. That's not my fault.
He actually did
hammer,
play good
bro.
today. He actually did
the
play
hammer.
good today.
listen,
That's
people,
all he got.
800 people here, and we're not even on 300 likes, and we haven't even spoken about Arsenal, Liverpool yet. This is all Man United. Staffy said I wanted a rent. If you haven't watched his match reaction, you have to go to Staffy TV and watch his match reaction.
Bro, even Troops was in my watch along. This guy knows. He was like, you know what? It's comedy. Let me go watch this guy. Wallah, he was in the comments making fun of me, bro. Even Troops. Wallah, I'm done, bro. I'm done with this club. The club made a mockery out of me, bro.
Yeah, it's nuts. Anyway, listen, people. I think we have to. It's fair enough to move to. Should we get Spurs out of the way? Because Will said that he'll be 3 points behind Arsenal. You're 4 points, Will, behind Arsenal now. So let's get Spurs out of the way. Jamie win, as he said.
Yeah, I mean, well, Romero coming off a halftime, that changed. That made a jammy after that, right? When you have to play Eric Dyer in that back line, it gets jammy.
You're still on your thing that Spurs will finish above Arsenal, even after a scraping a win against Everton at home.
Well, I mean, so did Liverpool.
Arsenal, who went to Anfield and got a draw.
Liverpool scraped a win against Everton at home, and
No, he didn't.
yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did.
No, he didn't.
You yourself on your
They
own
won
channel
2-0
said it
and
was
had 80%
jammy.
possession. Everton had one
No,
shot.
I never said it was jammy.
And you're 2-0. Okay.
No.
Yeah,
no,
I never
no.
said that. Our jammy win was against Palace, not against.
Not against that. But to be honest, Spurs
Not against
today, Richarlison scored. There's a conversation now to be had as a number 9 between him and Gabriel Jesus, even though I rate Gabriel Jesus
Give
more.
me a rest.
Let me tell you. I promise the people to be honest. Right? Gabriel Jesus is a better football player. No questions. No question. Right? On the ball, passing and ability and everything. That finish and the movement that Richarlison, I don't rate Richarlison. But at the end, when the ball was crossed, Richarlison was there to slot it in the back of the net. If that's his job, he did his job today. Did he?
Yeah,
Or
look,
did he
there's
not?
no Arsenal fans that can be talking trash on Richarlison because he has more goals than any of your strikers.
There you go. There's your applause, man.
I don't rate
There's
Richarlison
your
at all. I
applause,
want to
bro.
see the back end of his
So
club
what?
getting on an airplane and going to Saudi Arabia. I don't. But there is no Arsenal fan that can talk trash about Richarlison this year. That's a fact. Right?
He's still
Him
trash.
and Son combined have more goals than all 4 of your strikers. That includes Nketiah, Gabriel Jesus, Saka, Martinelli. Just those 2 players have more goals than your entire front 4.
Bro,
Well done.
trophy, bro. What a trophy.
Well
bro.
done.
It's not a trophy. It
What do
just
you mean?
shows
What a trophy, sir? But you
What a
haven't won a
trophy,
trophy
bro.
yet.
This
But
is
No, but
you
you're
two
saying-
You
have
have no
haven't.
trophy.
But you're saying that. But you've only,
I've won
you've only
an
scored
FA
one more
Cup, bro.
goal.
Come on, man.
Hey, Saad, the Inter-Arsenal
The
rivalry
ghost of
continues.
Unai
No,
Emery
no.
won the FA Cup.
Wallah, it's crazy, bro.
I
The
just
Inter
ghost of
will
Arsenal
Unai
say-
Emery
rivalry.
won
Will
an
stay
FA
in
Cup.
facts. Okay, so Will say I said I don't rate Richarlison, but if Richarlison is gonna slot the ball in the back of the net, the reason why I said that because I was told I did a stream yesterday and I was told Martinelli is gonna cook Trent. Well, did he cook Trent?
No.
Martinelli hasn't cooked anybody all season.
Okay, Martinelli had 2 goals this season. I said if an Arsenal fans told me yesterday that this is the game where Martinelli wakes up, and I said that doesn't make any sense. How is Martinelli gonna wake up against Liverpool at Anfield in this crowd? And he didn't.
This is the game where everyone realised he has to be dropped. To be honest,
But before we get into Arsenal,
No, but
though,
before
I
we
do
do
want
that,
to finish.
Richarlison, and because Richarlison today, by the way, guys, if you watch Richarlison today, he lost the ball most of the time. He got the ball. He can't pass the ball. But when the ball was crossed, he was
Mo, why
there
you want to
twice.
run agendas all the time? Why want to
It's
do
crazy,
agendas?
bro.
What's the agenda?
What do
Wait,
you
wait,
mean?
hold on. What's
Up
the
to
agenda?
him.
Say
He's
something
telling
to
the
him.
Why
truth.
agenda? Why is this an
Mo,
agenda?
you are the biggest agenda merchant on this whole
How is
Oh
this an
my
agenda?
God.
No, explain
Why
how
Why
it's
you
an
say that
agenda.
this? No, I'm
Why
saying
is
fix
this an
Mo.
agenda?
Mo, you know your problem. This is your problem. You
Stop
just
it,
want.
Fadal,
You
yes.
just want.
Only my
This is what you
problem.
want. You've got Brandon here. You've got Saad here, and I forgot your name. My bad. I apologize.
Giuseppe.
The guy on the top left. I just worked with him 2 days ago. What was your name?
Giuseppe, يا أخي.
Giuseppe, exactly. And you got Giuseppe here. So now you're trying to antagonize. So now you're trying
No.
to start a
No, I
Richarlison.
swear to God, Osam, I
Richarlison,
was
doesn't need to
watching.
antagonize.
Listen,
That's my job.
Listen,
One second.
listen,
One second.
That's not true.
If you
You're
wanna
accusing
talk-
me of something that is not
Is
true.
there a giga? If you want to talk Spurs, and you want to talk the game today, then Spurs were lucky as fuck.
I said
Spurs
that.
were jammy. This is jammy win right here.
Whoa,
You know,
how's it
when I
lucky?
compare it-
The first half we
Let me
dominated
speak.
them
Okay, let me speak.
unstoppably.
Let me finish. Today's win cannot be compared to the Merseyside derby where we had 80% possession, 12 corners, 26 shots. Everton today had more shots than Spurs, more shots on target,
Better
40%
XG.
possession,
Yes.
almost triple the corners. So today Everton cooked Spurs.
I said that.
But Everton just don't have the quality. They just don't have the quality to put the ball in the back of the net like Spurs do. So today's game is an indicator that Spurs won't last here this long in terms of like if we're gonna say compared to the other 3. So Spurs are gonna be maybe finish 4th. I think that's their ceiling. That's it. So this
Talk
is
to Will
the games like this is a
Because
proof
in
of
my
it.
title, I said Spurs survive, Everton scare. And in the beginning, I said Spurs scrape that win, and it's a dodgy win, and it's a jammy win.
Oh,
Did
and
I did
and
I
real
already
quick,
did I not say that, guys? Because
Okay, so
Osam
why are
wasn't
you
here.
starting a Richarlison conversation?
real quick, Mo, real quick,
Because
real
it's
quick,
a fact that needs to be said.
just so
It's-
everybody here on
Yeah,
the
but
panel
because of the
knows,
finish
right?
today, to be honest with Richarlison,
No,
because
just real quick.
sorry,
Just so,
Brandon.
just so everybody on the panel knows, right? We're talking about Richarlison. Eddie Nketiah has the same amount of goals as him this season. So before you start pumping your chest about Richarlison,
Here we go.
you don't
Here
see
we
him
go.
pumping
Here
our
we go.
chest about Eddie Nketiah.
Hold on,
they're
Brandon,
both on the same amount of goals
Brandon.
this season.
Exclusive,
go.
guys. Exclusive. Brandon,
don't
all
go
of a
down that- hold on,
sudden
hold on.
rates
Staffy,
Nketiah.
just hold on just a second. 'Cause Brandon said something there. I watched you on the terrace this afternoon.
Yeah.
I heard what you said about rating Nketiah and basically using him as a reason why you guys need a striker this year, and basically
We do,
crapping on
yeah.
your whole front line because Nketiah is your top goal scorer. So don't go using him now to try to get points on Spurs.
I ain't using him. I'm basically saying you shouldn't be sitting there pumping your chest about Richarlison when Nketiah is on the same amount of
No,
goals.
we're saying
That's what I'm
Richarlison's
saying.
dog water and still is the top goal scorer at Arsenal if he was playing for you guys.
No,
right
he's
now.
not though, is he? Because he's on the same amount of goals as Nketiah.
Same with Saka. And you said Nketiah was the top goal scorer in your point.
He is.
Perfectly fine.
How? He's got the same amount of goals as Saka.
All right.
All right. Okay, cool. So he's joint top goal scorer with Saka.
Okay, and if Richarlison was playing at your club, he'd be joint top goal scorer as well.
Well, not necessarily. We see him take his shirt off more times than he scored goals last season, didn't he? So
This isn't last season, is it? We're talking about this season. This season.
Richarlison
This
don't start
season.
for Arsenal, man.
Richarlison
Richarlison don't
don't
start
start
for
for
any-
anyone.
nowhere near.
Richarlison doesn't start for us either when he's fit, when we're well fit.
I'll take Richarlison, but I'm
What?
different here.
I know you would.
Yeah, sure. I have a striker with 0
always
goals in
going to be a
15 games.
jammy win for us today because we had
Staffy would
we
take
had
Richarlison
Basuma
as
out.
manager.
Bro, I'll
Basuma
take Saad
out.
in my team.
We
as
had
well.
Udoji out. We had
Hold on,
Christian
Richarlison has
Eriksen when he went
8
off at
GA in
halftime.
the league. Richarlison has 8 GA in the league.
Yeah, 8.
Well done. It's got you to 4th place.
Who says we're getting 4th place?
That's where you are at the moment, so well done.
Yeah, we're there because of injuries. That's the only reason. You could tell that today. Just look at the quality. Like, people want to talk about Romero. What's the difference between the first half and the second half of Tottenham? You couldn't see it with your eyes? I don't need to bring up stats. Could anybody not see it with their eyes?
But we could say without injuries, we'd
That's
be
one
further ahead
defender.
in the table. You can't say that. Everyone's got injuries. Every club that we support in this chat right now
Is
has
your best player out
injuries.
injured?
One of our top players. One of
Who?
our
One of our top players.
Party.
Thomas Partey.
Thomas
Partey's
Partey has
out.
been awful. He was not good last season either. What are you
What?
talking about?
What?
Oh my
No, no, you
god!
can't
I
say that.
watched
You
Thomas
can't say
Partey
that.
with
You can't
Ghana
say
get
that, bro.
spun by Weston McKennie. Are we saying Weston McKennie is world class? He can spin, sack him, make him look like a fool? Literally twisted him to the floor.
Thomas
But
Partey comes
listen,
into our
people
midfield. Thomas Partey goes into your midfield.
No, he
if Thomas
doesn't.
Partey, if Thomas he moonwalks into it. If Thomas Partey goes into Liverpool's midfield, I guarantee you they walk the league with their eyes closed, with their hands
Because they
behind
don't
their
have a
back.
6.
It's simple. He walks into your midfield.
They don't have a
easily.
Remind
If
you,
he didn't
Stan.
have the injury, if he didn't have the injury record, and he wasn't made of glass or made of biscuits, then bro, this guy.
Yeah,
will
but the
be
guy's
top,
injured.
top
The guy misses
sixes.
10 to 15 games every season. That's a
That's
given.
the only reason.
Sad,
That's
didn't
the
you
only
want
reason why.
Partey sold in the summer?
Thomas
Why are you
Yes,
twerking
Yes,
for
because
him?
of
now?
that. Because okay, this
There
is
he
where
is.
He's the best player at your
hold
club
on,
right now.
this is-
Who is
hold
the
on,
best
Will,
player for our
Will,
club
One
this
sec,
season?
one sec. Let me just destroy this fraud Staffy because he sits here.
I just stated what you said.
No, focus on me for a second. Focus on me for a second.
Bro,
You said
I want him
Thomas
to be
Partey's
sold-
your
hold on,
best
hold on,
player.
Hold on.
No,
one
he's
of,
one of.
one of.
No, I'm talking about your
My-
best player this
my-
season. Who's your
Thomas
best player this
Partey-
season?
I wanted him to be
Rice.
sold.
Okay, if he went out right now, would you have won today?
But you
But
don't
Answer
know,
the
maybe.
question, yes or no.
Maybe.
If Declan Rice
Well,
wasn't playing
you
today,
never
would you
know.
have
It would have
won?
been more
We didn't win with him.
No, you would have gotten your
We didn't win
snot
with him.
Different,
smashed
bro.
out of
We're
you.
playing away at Anfield.
Again,
you're
Declan
playing
Rice,
at
man
home
of the
to
match
Everton.
for you today.
No, Saliba.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God, Saliba was great. Oh my God,
Saliba was
stop
up-
this guy, Hossam. How good
I'm sick
Saliba
of
was
these
today.
Spurs fans, yeah.
Be
thinking
honest.
that
Okay,
Tottenham
okay.
Romero
Liverpool
is
fan.
anywhere
How
near
good was
Saliba.
Saliba today, Hossam? To be honest, just one
Are
word.
we
How
talking
good
about the Liverpool game now?
Yes. Was he good or was he bad, Saliba today?
No, Saliba was fantastic. All
I didn't
four
say he was
centre
bad.
backs.
Hold on. I didn't say he was bad. I said he wasn't the best
on the
player. I
pitch.
wasn't the man of the match.
It wasn't Declan Rice for sure today. It was definitely.
He was the best player on the pitch.
He was the best.
He was the
player.
best
No,
player.
no.
He
The
was-
best player on
he
the
was-
pitch was Konate for me. That's who was the
No,
best
no,
player
I'm
on
talking about from an Arsenal perspective. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, for
overall.
Arsenal, that's why I said the
Arsenal,
best players on the
yeah.
pitch were the centre backs, all four centre backs, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
all four of them.
The centre backs cooked today. For me, Saliba, I don't think he deserved man of the match overall. I thought Konate should have had it because he was immense. But yeah, I think the game today was a fair result. Stats match the eye test. 1-1 was a fair result. I think you look at the game today. Liverpool should have won though with the Trent chance. But other than that, if I'm saying overall balance of play, it's like almost we had 15 minutes and then Arsenal had 15 minutes and we had 15 minutes and then they had 15 minutes. It was just kind of 15-minute spurts. And look, it's the same shit that I've been saying though. Our forward line just stinks other than Mo. And it's the same shit again. Luis Diaz can't get past Ben White. Ben White could have had a cigar in the game. That's how shit Luis Diaz was today. Cody Gakpo, I thought, played an important tactical role. Nunes should have came on way earlier. Klopp, I think, in my opinion, with the substitutions, lost us the game because it made us considerably worse. I mean, sorry, essentially stopped us from winning the game because the substitutions made us worse directly. But I think the draw was a fair result at the end of the day. All the Mo Salah disrespect people could just sit on the floor and have some shame, calling him finished and shit. I messaged Lee Gunner directly after the game. I'm like, this is why you don't disrespect the Egyptian king. And
He wasn't good, Hussein.
Don't even try, please.
Wallah
Please don't
al-Azim,
even
he
try.
wasn't.
He was the only
Okay,
one
no
who showed danger. He was
Okay,
the
hold
only
on.
danger
Yes,
on
I'm
that
not
team.
even. I'm
let
not
me
even
just-
gonna. I'm
Wallah
not even.
al-Azim.
I'm not even gonna
Wallah
argue. You can
al-Azim, Muhammad Salah today.
say that
He
to
had
other.
a, he had a
I'm not even
fantastic.
gonna argue with
I
facts.
went on your
Not even gonna argue with
stream.
facts. Not even
It's
gonna
a
argue with
brilliant goal. But if you're gonna tell me that this is an amazing performance by Muhammad Salah, you're lying.
No problem. He
So
played like shit.
Completely.
Anyway, now let me
Hassam,
carry
can
on.
can I just quickly say?
Let me
Can I just say? Can I just say?
Muhammad
Can I just
Salah,
say?
fantastic
بصير
goal.
اخلص انا بالاول بعدين
الله
تحكي.
Oh my
Can I
god.
finish first?
But you
Thank
say
you very much.
oh, go ahead.
Endo was the best midfielder on the pitch. This is the reality. I think Endo was phenomenal today. He absolutely pocketed Odegaard. Odegaard was Arsenal's worst midfielder yet again. I think this is one guy now, in my opinion. I can be wrong, no
I
problem.
disagree.
I think Odegaard now we have to have conversation because this another game he plays like shitten. You cannot be in Endo's pocket, respectfully. Like it's not like even a good DM. It's a DM I don't even rate. So Odegaard for me had a shit game. The center backs were the best 4 players on the pitch overall. If I'm saying overall, the best 4 players on the pitch were all 4 center backs, to be honest with you. And that just shows the problem because this when me and Saad and Giuseppe spoke pre-game and now on all my previews and on El Ahwa, I said 1-1. I said this game ends in 1-1. I said it stinks of 1-1. It smells of 1-1. I made that prediction everywhere. When people are telling me 4-3, 3-2, blah, 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 I'm telling them, okay, where's the goals coming from? There's literally 2 players on both teams who can score goals. The rest are crap, the forward lines. And today you could tell Trent absolutely pocketed Martinelli and then he pocketed Trossard. Our forward line, other than Mo, was pocketed. Saka was the only danger man for Arsenal as predicted. The other 2 were played like shit. Jesus is the biggest bitch on the pitch. Literally every time you touch him, he's just diving like a little bitch. Should have tried kept keeping the ball a little bit more. Maybe he'd have got some creativity going. Nketiah done better than Jesus when he came on in the short amount of time for me. Jesus stank in that game. So yeah, but at the end of the day, draw is a fair result based on the performances of both teams. That Trent post bar, whatever thing it hit, it just lives in my head rent free because that right there was the perfect moment to win the game. But overall, based on the eye test and the stats, definitely draw is a fair result.
Yeah, can I do the super chats and then we'll move on to everybody's opinion. Salah really pissed me off second half. Yeah, but he was amazing apparently. How many times gave the ball away and passed too late? Yes, Trent should have scored, but Salah should have passed to Diaz. I disagree. It's a good pass. It just took a little bit of a bounce in front of Trent. That doesn't excuse him, but it was a
Diaz
bounce.
even on the pitch at that time. I don't even think Diaz
No,
was on the pitch.
I'm not sure though, but I think it was. It was running. No, it was Nunes running to the left. So yeah, that was wrong. I hate the tactics. Trent in midfield. Sabozlai is not helped, or Salah too deep. Just stop it now. Start him number 6, or on the bench. Had enough. You want to bench Endo, who was absolutely phenomenal today, Andrew, for Trent in the 6. Endo
was
stopped
great.
a lot of counter attacks. Stopped Arsenal in transition. He was fantastic. He literally did the great, like a good number 6 job by intercepting, closing spaces, did everything. I don't get this, Andrew. You wanna bench Endo? It's ridiculous.
The weakest
No,
one
no,
was
we can't
Szoboszlai.
bench Endo. We can't. Endo was very good today.
Finish that. Omar Rushdie is saying, don't trust FSG. Plus, with injuries, we're not winning the Premier League.
Yep, we're not winning the Premier League. We're only going to challenge unless we sign players. Simple.
Hamza Street is saying, I predict Hussam will be FSG out. Big up Mo.
Will
Hussam
be?
is always.
Do you know who
Where-
I am, brother?
When was
Hussam
Hassam FSG in?
Hussam is always FSG.
You know who I am, brother? There's an FSG out plane waiting with engines just to fly over Anfield. Man said, will be.
LFC Badr saying, bad decision making on and off the pitch. Awful haircut. That's Marcus Rashford or Garnacho. Both of them, to be honest. Absolutely.
Yo,
Bro, he looks like a
Oh, Rashford, bro. Rashford, bro. Like, oh my God.
He looks like an anorexic Ice Spice, bro. It's embarrassing, bro. The guy
damn.
just wallah, it's
crazy.
embarrassing, wallah.
That's a
Anorexic
crazy
Ice Spice,
insult,
bro.
Staff.
Omar is saying AFC missed chances with Romero too well. Scrape. Everton missed a lot of chances. They did. And
Did they miss
to be
chances
fair
or were the
to
chances
Will,
blocked?
To be fair
They
to Will,
missed
that's
chances. Danjuma missed 3 alone.
Danjuma wasn't even on the pitch when Romero was there.
That last
no.
one.
No, I'm talking about the last part.
The super chat is EFC missed chances with Romero too.
No, I think Spurs.
The Jack
literally
Harrison
could-
one in the first half was
Yeah, but
chance.
Spurs
That was
could
in
have
the
been
side of the
2-2.
net.
No, I'm talking about the one where Vicario saved it. That's a chance right there. But
Yeah,
he should
one
have done better.
chance.
Yeah, he should have done better.
To be honest,
there, Jack.
Spurs controlled the first half, and then the second half.
We dominated the
completely-
first half.
I
Absolutely
don't think they
dominated the
controlled
first
the
half.
first half fully. I think first 30 something minutes. After they scored the second goal, they kind of just went into a little bit of their shell. But Everton doesn't have the quality anyway. Their forward line.
Yeah.
We're talking about stinky forward lines. That's a stinky
Yeah, but
forward.
it's not like they were just peppering our goal in the first half like they
I
were in the
never
second
said
half.
I never said they had chances. Does not mean they peppered your goal.
Sweet Chili Football is saying Will is just a dollar store Hamza.
I don't shop at the dollar store. I shop
Oh
at
my
Nordstrom.
God.
So,
Have some shit. No, this is a mad super chat.
yeah, but look, you guys can talk trash all you want. All I do is ever say the truth. You guys just bloviate out of your buttholes, right? So I don't talk with my feelings. I talk with facts.
I'm just
But
waiting for Tottenham
I don't
to
talk out my
finish
ass.
You're
before
going to
Arsenal,
finish
bro.
above Arsenal this season.
I'm
Facts tell
just
you
waiting
that
for
you're gonna
Tottenham to finish
above
above Arsenal, bro. That's what I'm waiting for, bro.
Yeah, and we're only 4 points behind now. How many points were we behind 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
What do you think you get? What do you
How many
think you
points
get at
behind
Anfield?
were we 2 or 3 weeks ago?
What do you think you get when you go to Anfield?
How many points behind were we 2 or 3 weeks ago?
No idea, bro. Wallah, I
Like
don't
8 or
even
9,
think
and now we're 4.
That's perfectly fine.
Beat
That's
Aston
fine.
Villa and beat Liverpool at Anfield when you play them.
Oh, Liverpool at Anfield, you lot are fucked. Royally,
will we
bro.
Will we be though?
Bro, they're gonna remember that Luis Diaz goal, bro. You lot are fucked.
They can remember all they want.
The crowd
We'll
are
see.
gonna be fucked.
We'll
You think
see.
they'll fuck tonight, bro.
We'll
the
see.
crowd is gonna
We'll see. They just better
Every
hope that
friend-
they just better hope that James Madison's injured, that Van der Ven's injured, and the Romero goes off injured
well,
at halftime. That's
they're
the
gonna be-
only way that they're going to beat us.
I know Liverpool, they're gonna be
Hold on,
throwing
what?
bottles at the team bus.
You think? Hold on, what? Will, do
Yes.
you think? You think even if your injuries come back, if Van der Ven and Madison and Romero's fit, you go to Anfield as favorites?
We go there to win, yeah. We will
But-
win.
Okay. You think you are favorites? You're going to Anfield with your starting lineup. You think you're
Is anyone a
favorites.
favorite at Anfield?
But that's okay. So you aren't going there favorites. That's.
It's Anfield. They should be winning all of their games. I'm
okay.
saying they
I'm just
won't.
getting that straight.
We will win.
I'm consistent.
Yeah.
Mo Salah was tired today. No one helped him. That's why he was bad.
Thank you, Omar. That's the thing. People don't understand the intricacies of football. When you have a player playing right wing, destroying the left back, the coach puts him as striker. He's playing back to goal with Saliba and Gabriel trying to win headers. I'm supposed to blame him so I can be quote unquote objective. I'm not gonna.
I am trying to be. I said the fact that I didn't like Mohamed Salah today. The goal was absolutely
No problem.
a great moment. He showed people that he's a clutch player, and that's why he's one of the best players in the world, and this is why he's one of the best players. Because even when he isn't performing at that highest level, he comes clutch, and he has done
Who
that.
scored our goal
Yeah,
today?
yeah.
Mo Salah. Who created our most dangerous chances? Mo Salah. So done.
You're
I can-
okay with Mohamed? Okay, you are.
I'm
okay
very.
with Mohamed Salah.
I'm perfect
Okay,
with him playing like
okay,
this. I've no.
fantastic.
From that, the thing is, this proves your. Actually, we'll get to it. Just do the super chat.
Okay, Endo has been superb signing for LFC. Listen, Endo's surprising me.
Superb is a
Surprising a
crazy
lot of-
statement.
but he is surprising people. I thought the guy wouldn't be able to get in the starting lineup. At the moment, he is doing a good job at the six, to be honest.
Like superb is crazy.
Very
bro.
good job.
Superb is crazy.
Okay, so to be honest with you, Sad, he is superb in comparison with what
No.
expected. Ya akhi, let me
He's
fucking finish the
he's
sentence.
doing a job
I want to
in a
fucking
position
finish
that
the
was left
sentence,
empty.
ya akhi.
Okay.
In comparison with what the expectations, he's doing way better than the expectations. That's it.
Okay, that's fine. But superb
That's
signing.
that's it. So
Superb signing is a Caicedo or a Rice.
But the expectation was on the ground. So
What?
that's
exactly,
not-
exactly.
No, did you say
Samson is
Caicedo?
saying, I'm Ghanaian and Will is a-
Caicedo or a Rice.
That's
Caicedo
all.
or a Rice would be a superb. Let's not sit here and pussy about and do the bullshit, bro. If Caicedo goes to Liverpool, he is a world class player right now. He's playing at world class level.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's not
100%.
sit here. Let's not sit here and act just because he went to
That's
Chelsea.
heavy
he's shit.
Chelsea
Yeah, but
tag.
Hold on,
Shit
you
player.
no, hold on.
Caicedo-
Stats, you said to me that
sorry, guys, sorry, stop. But Caicedo is 10 times the price of Endo. So that's where we are.
No, but he's talking about the expectations. Sad is saying the expectation for Endo was on the ground anyway. So your
Yes,
logic is.
I agree with you, but that's why I agree. Because the expectation were on the ground, so he's now performing. That's it.
Is what it is.
Samson is saying I'm Ghanaian and Will is a fraud. I don't know what Ghanaian has to do with Will. Ghana was missing. I'm not getting that. The
Party,
link
party.
party.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Ghana was missing our keeper. in
Well,
Atizigi.
I wasn't blaming Partey for the
Can-
loss
Let me finish
against.
the super chat.
Sorry,
Sorry, Will. Apologies.
I'm a
Let me
fast reader.
finish,
so.
and then you can absolutely respond to that because it's directed to you, right? Keeper at Atizigi, both starting center backs in Salisu and Juku, right back and two center mids. Blaming Partey is Niki.
Yeah, so I wasn't blaming Partey for you guys getting pumped by the United States. That's what it wasn't what I was saying. I was saying I watched Thomas Partey get spun to the floor by Weston McKennie. Literally made to look like a fool, bossed physically and technically by Weston McKennie.
But that happens to all the players, though. Like, it doesn't prove anything.
So
Thomas Partey was amazing last year for Arsenal. Like, I'm not getting that.
But hold on, Mo.
Like, seriously, I am not getting that notion. He was
Had Thomas
fantastic
Partey played
for
well this
30
season,
games.
even when he was there.
Like,
if
he had
Messi-
1 or 2 games bad for Arsenal last year. Like, this notion is terrible. Like, he's great.
No, but he's saying he walks into our midfield. That's what the point was. I'm not saying Thomas Partey is a bad player. There's a difference between being a bad player and being
Thomas
better
Partey
than
last
our.
year is better than Sarr.
I would-
Better than
I would-
Skip. It's better than Bentancur.
Those are the guys. No, he's not better than Bentancur.
He is way better than Bentancur.
No,
Okay. Let's agree to disagree. But he's way better than Bentancur.
he's not.
Way better.
You have no evidence to say that. That's just your
I'm
opinion.
not. I don't need evidence. It's just for.
You do need evidence for it to be true.
He was a
No Arsenal player, bro. No Arsenal player is better than any Tottenham player. Even Thierry Henry at his heights is probably not better than Richarlison right now or Son.
No, Thierry Henry is way better than
God forbid,
Richarlison.
man. God forbid, man. What are we doing here?
Thierry Henry is way better than Arsenal than Richarlison.
Bro, Partey actually.
Well,
walked
your
into a
opinion is
midfield, bro. It's
Bentancur is a
like,
better
bad,
player than
bro.
Thomas Partey overall as a midfielder. That's your
Yes.
opinion. All right. Okay.
Yeah, and his
Let's agree to
performances
disagree.
last season proved it before his injury. That's
think
evidence. That's
you-
actual evidence.
How many
Stats.
Arsenal games do you watch?
Yeah, that's evidence is. That's facts, right? Not opinions. There's a difference between an opinion and a fact, right? I can think the moon's made out of cheese. Doesn't mean that it is.
But stats don't tell the story of a football
Stats do tell the story of a football player. They tell
They
the story
don't.
of what a football player does on the pitch. Fact.
player.
That's what stats do. They tell what a football player does on the pitch.
I
Anything a
bet-
football player does on the pitch is a stat.
I actually disagree with that. But yeah, anyway.
It's
well,
not, you
like,
can
it's
disagree
not,
with it, but
not,
that's
not
literally
only.
the definition
Okay,
of a
no,
statistic.
hold on. Stats can actually give you indications, but at the end, scouts go and watch the players.
not
Otherwise,
anymore.
They do.
No, they
They
don't.
do.
Not
I am
anymore.
watching even in America at the moment. I'm following some TikToks. Scouts for college. They go watch high school. At the moment,
Yeah, so
they
college
go
is,
watch.
first of all,
They
college
don't
soccer in the
only
United
do
States
that. They
is
don't
horrible.
only do the stats. Stats might point you to a direction, but you have to go watch a movement. You have to go watch a movement. You have to go watch a position of a body. How's the first touch looking? This is what you have to move anyway.
Stats
I'm
won't
not-
tell you positioning and won't tell you physicality of a player, how he's able to read the
It's-
game.
it's-
I want to.
okay,
I want to
so-
go
I'm
to the.
sorry.
I want to go to the Arsenal game and Liverpool because we've been going for 50 minutes and we haven't even spoken enough about the Arsenal and Liverpool game.
let's put it out there that you guys are wrong, right? If we're gonna move on, because you guys don't know what you're talking about.
We are all.
Stats
We're
will tell
wrong.
you Neymar's better than Ronaldinho. Stats will tell you that, but he's never a better player than Ronaldinho.
Depends on what you mean by a better player than
He's
Ronaldinho.
not a better footballer than Ronaldinho.
Okay, that's not a stat. That's an opinion based. That's your preference.
That's opinion. We are football fans. We have opinions here.
Right, but your opinions are simply opinions. They're not. It's not true.
None of us here sat here and said facts. You are the only one who sat here and said facts. None of us said
Right,
that.
because the stats
we
are
say
actual
we
facts.
say okay. So we say even okay. So let me put it this way. I'm gonna put it to the
That's a
way that
fact.
you
Yes
might.
or no?
Well, I'm gonna put it to a way that you like it, right? The stats of Bentancur, if it's true, right? I did in fact
Mhm.
check that. Is better than Thomas Partey. In my opinion, Thomas Partey is a better player than Bentancur. Would that statement will be to your liking?
Yeah,
The
because your
stats of
opinion
Bentancur-
isn't the truth, right?
Yeah.
Your opinion is just your opinion. We all have opinions,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yes.
Lots
yes,
of people
okay.
believe
Listen.
the world's flat.
And I
Is
agree.
it?
No. But no, that's not the same. So don't. Okay.
Sure it is.
I said that's not the same. Bentancur stats are better based on your facts. I didn't check it. Is better than
It's not my
Thomas
fact.
Partey stats last year.
Yeah.
In my opinion, as a football fan, Thomas Partey is a better player than Bentancur.
Why?
It's up to you. It's up to you and up to the stats. FootMob, SofaScore, whatever. If Bentancur stats are better as a fact, it's a fact. We are not here going to debate that fact. But if I have anyone here on the panel think that Bentancur is a better player than Thomas Partey, tell me now. Staffy, Sam, Brandon, Giuseppe. It's fine. You can think that based on the stats, but it's fine.
It's
But I
not
have
my
to move
thinking.
on.
Hold on.
We are
hold on.
wrong. Okay.
Hold
We
on.
are okay. If your
Hold
fact
on.
is right, well, if your fact is right, we're all wrong. Bentancur stats are better than Thomas Partey stats. We're all wrong. And I'm speaking for everybody here.
Okay.
We're all wrong.
Hold on.
And listen, I want to move on, but I agree with you. We're all wrong. Bentancur stats are better than Thomas Partey.
No, hold on. No, we're not going to move on, because if you're going to move on that way and not let me actually get to talk this out,
Go
because
ahead.
you're making
Go ahead.
accusations
Talk
here
about
that
Talk about-
everybody,
I didn't
that
make
I
any
am
accu-
somehow.
by the
Hold
way,
on.
Well,
hold
well,
on.
I didn't. No, no.
Hold on.
You
Please
accused
respect me.
of making accusations. I
You
never
are.
accused you of anything.
You said
I never did.
your facts, as if those facts are somehow not true. That's what that
I never
insinuates.
said you. I never said your
The
facts. I said-
facts,
okay.
not my facts.
If
the facts. Hold on, Mo.
Oh,
Hold on, Mo. Okay.
Go ahead.
Then you said you can think that Bentancur is a better player than Thomas Partey, but all of us here on the panel, as if somehow the popularity, the 5-6 of you disagreeing with me makes you more right than me, which first of all is a logical fallacy, and it doesn't, right? And anybody with 2 fingers and knows how to use Google can look and type in Thomas Partey's name and see his sofa score from last year, and then go do the same thing for Bentancur and tell me whose is higher. Go to FOTMob, do the same. Go to Who Scored and do the same. Go anywhere else.
I just checked.
And who was better?
I just checked. Thomas Partey is better in 5 aspects. I'm going to tell you. In progressive passing, duels, carrying the ball, forward passes, and forward passes percentage completion. Okay? In key passes, okay? In key passes, Bentancur is higher because he plays hard on the pitch. And in defensive actions, Bentancur has higher stats because Spurs last year, I'm comparing 2022 to 2023. The website is Data MP, which is that graphs, and I can show you. But I'm listen. So that's why I never argued, because I never fact checked it. I just fact checked it. You can go check it, right, for yourself.
Right, but
or
we're
I
not
can share
talking
it on
about
the
specific aspects. You can go to any player and you're
Right,
pulling out
okay.
singular stats. Hold on. You can
These
do
are
this
not
for
singular
William
stats.
Saliba.
These are the graph of all the stats together. But anyway, I'm telling
Right.
you, well, this argument isn't actually like Bentancur is injured, Thomas Partey is injured. This argument isn't benefiting anybody from anything.
No, but
All
hold on.
I'm
It's
saying-
disrespectful. Hold on. It's
Why is
disrespectful to
disrespectful,
demean me.
Will?
Hold on. Because you can't say that statistics don't represent what a player does on the pitch. And you're trying to
What does
make
that have to
me
do
out
with
to
you
your
then?
audience. This is important to the audience to know.
All right, then.
Right? That statistics are all statistic is an event that happened on the pitch. That's it. You can create we could create a Mo statistic. We could create XMO right now. If you were to say to specify what a player does, an action a player actually does on the pitch that we can verify, right? That we can actually go watch, that becomes a statistic. All a statistic is a fact, is an event that actually happened, right?
I never
Not-
argued that. I never
not
argued
subjective
that. I never
things.
argued that.
Right?
I
So
never
you can't
argued
tell me
that.
that facts don't
Okay,
tell the
so
story of
hold
what
on.
a footballer does,
Okay, so
because
I never-
they literally do.
I never argued that, but I actually disagree with that. See, I never argued what you said about that stats are facts because they are recorded data, but I argue, right, that stats tell me which player is better than the other. I disagree with that. The reason why I disagree with that, I explained it, and you didn't want to understand what I want to say. You
Okay.
didn't want to understand it. I get your point, and I respect it, but you do want to understand my point, and that's completely up to you. The point is, in my opinion, I watch football with my eyes. The stats tell a story.
Okay, everybody, why do you say that?
You didn't wanna
Everybody
listen to
watch
me.
football.
You
Hold
didn't
on,
wanna
because
listen
you're
to me.
you're making that
You didn't
you
wanna
saying
listen
that
to
right
me.
there is asserting that I don't.
No, you do as well. Okay, I'm talking about myself now. I'm not including you in this sentence, right? I watch football and I judge a player not only by stats, by other aspects that stats don't record.
So do
Right?
I.
That's it. Okay, so we agree then.
Yeah.
In my opinion, which is a subjective opinion, and I'm saying it's a subjective opinion for this matter, that Thomas Partey is a better player than Bentancur, based on what I saw from both players last year. If the stats say otherwise, for some websites, because I just pulled out a website that say the other way around.
You listed 4 stats. That's it. You didn't list all the stats.
It's not a stats. This is the curve of the player. They combine passes and all the stuff. Anyway, Will, listen, I have to talk about the Arsenal and that thing. And I'm not saying I disrespect your opinion. It's your opinion based on the stats that are facts. You base your opinion based on the stats. And that's completely
No. I don't base my opinion off the stats. I have my opinion. In my opinion, Bentancur was the best player for Tottenham before his injury last year.
Okay.
Hold on. And then I believe that he is a better footballer, better on the ball, better, more press resistant, right? Better creatively than Thomas Partey is. And so if you're comparing the two players, those attributes for me, he's better than Partey in those. The stats also reflect that, because you mentioned in key passes and creative stats, right? And winning the ball back. You said with your own mouth that he was better than Thomas Partey. So the stats backed my opinion.
The answer is because Thomas Partey played at a 6 and Bentancur played higher a little bit on the pitch. That's it. That's my answer.
We played with two holding mids last season.
They play with one, so Thomas Partey doesn't have to get involved as much as Bentancur in the offensive side. That's my answer. And that's that. To be honest with you, that's my answer.
Then we shouldn't be making the comparison, then, should we?
I don't know who did it, but it started a conversation that I didn't want to have, and I want to go back to Liverpool versus Arsenal. It's Giuseppe who started it. It's his fault. I need to do about 10 super chats. I need to do about 10 super chats before we move on, because I'm disrespecting the people that send super chats, right? Because we haven't spoken enough, and I haven't given the Arsenal guys a chance to talk about their aspect of the game. But yes, I'm
not going to be bullied, so I'm going to be here.
Will, you're accusing me of bullying. Really?
You're attempting to try to force the narrative without allowing me to speak my
I never
piece.
force a narrative.
Oh, that is crazy. Did you see this comment? Can you ban this guy?
Block it. Ban him.
Wow, what a piece of shit.
Ban the guy,
Boss
bro.
Chino.
Ban the guy.
Boss Chino.
You guys, you both are mods.
Nah. To say that, bro, wallahi.
You guys both are mods.
No, just go read what he said, bro. What
I'm not gonna read what he said. I'm just having a conversation with Will.
I'm gonna ban him.
I'm enjoying this.
Ban him, sad.
Okay. Dahiri Kumar, had Saka gone down, it would have been a penalty. Which one is that? The Gomez.
When Alisson come out.
When Alisson came out and Martinelli missed the.
But he hadn't gone down, so it's not a penalty. So I'm not getting that. It's not like the Odegaard one. And Hossam, I was watching Hossam, and he thinks it's a penalty, and I actually think the penalty for Odegaard should have been given, because he was falling. He was not falling. He didn't actually use his arm for balance. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Enigma is saying, why you all lying on Odegaard? I think Hossam said he was
First
good.
of all, I didn't say Odegaard was bad.
Who said that Odegaard wasn't good? Well,
he's talking about Hossam. He's talking about
Hossam. Enigma, this is like,
I think Odegaard was
attention,
Arsenal's second best
twerking like
midfielder,
sexy red. Forget that, Enigma.
What does Mo know about sexy red? That's crazy, Mo.
I have no idea what that means.
But thanks for putting
sexy
me
red.
In there.
Good. You don't want to know.
I appreciate it.
You're too old for that.
AMT saying this Spurs fan is being extremely biased. Understandable, but Everton
numbers aren't biased.
You're a fast reader for real. But Everton were woeful up front. Very lucky win. Was that lucky?
No, it wasn't lucky. The 2 goals we scored were pure goals. So I don't know why it's luck, right? We're lucky to maybe we didn't concede more.
Win. We'll call it jammy win.
Yeah, definitely jammy. My first words when I came in.
They rode their luck. It ain't lucky. You ride your luck sometimes. It ain't lucky when you've got.
Did you ride your luck to get a draw when Trent hit the bar?
You ride your luck at times. So
100%.
did Liverpool.
Especially with the penalty. Didn't you guys get a pen against us for that almost that exact same scenario?
No, it weren't going in the net.
Lewis R is saying we're only 4 points behind Arsenal. Spence fans really will celebrate anything. No, the thing about Will, just to be fair, because I've done shows with Will, he said that he will finish above Arsenal, and he said by this point they will be 3 points behind Arsenal, but they're 4 points, so he's not that far. But that's what he said. LFC Badr is saying sorry, Footy Judge Mo, but Grandpa is spitting nar. I don't know who's Grandpa.
He's talking about Will because he said
talking
another
about
one.
Will.
After. Yeah, go.
All right.
Go look at the one after. He sent another one after. I would put that one next.
I take it back. Grandpa is probably Christmas drunk. No, well, this is
That's
Okay.
funny. Listen, you just gotta laugh at that one.
One, I'm not a grandpa, and two, I don't drink. So pick up yourself.
Listen, Will, if you're a grandpa, listen, that's you're in a very good shape to be a grandpa. So I
You don't
wouldn't
even look
be-
that old, bro.
Very good
Why?
looking
Where
for a
did
grandpa, good
come
I'm
from?
only
shape.
like
for a
2 years
grandpa.
older than Mo.
Yes,
If you guys,
yes, only 2 years
if
older
LFC
than
Bad thinks that, then that's a compliment to Will because he's in very good shape.
Ozan Kabak is saying XMO is the amount of interruptions per 60 seconds. Oh, I don't interrupt anybody. SE saying stats without context are baseless, need eye test.
No, stats without context aren't baseless. They are simply stats without context. Right? The stat is just a number. Right? Numbers don't have context. People make context.
Okay, but Blaze is saying stats will also say Spurs are in the same spot as they were under Conte, but why are they more optimistic now? Isn't it based on the eye test now? Very good comment.
Yeah, but so they don't. The stats don't say that we're in the same spot as we were under Conte. The points table, that specific statistic says that it's the same or similar, right? Or close to. But when you look at other metrics, see, the problem with stats is one singular stat can be twisted by somebody who doesn't have a brain and doesn't use them well to make a narrative that's not true. But the reason why you, for example, I don't know if I should use this example because it may cause problems, but like men make more than women, that statistic, right? That statistic in a total is true, right? On average, men make more than women. But when you look at the context, the other statistics in that, in the fields of this, that, and the other thing, you actually look and see that when in the same fields that men and women work equally, women tend to actually make more. It's that men work in specific fields, oil rigs, different things. And that's what boasts the total. So the thing that actually tells you the truth is more data, right? So that's why I say anytime anybody goes to an elementary site like SofaScore, the Premier League, et cetera, where you get 10, 15 stats and you want to make a case out of that, you're right, they're wrong. But when you go to a site like FBref or StatThing where you can go over 200 statistics and line them all up in different categories and compare them and actually do a data analysis, you actually see the real picture. And that's what I do. Yeah, I'm not a SofaScore.
Okay, I'm going to do the rest of Super Chats, but I'm going to give the Arsenal guys a chance to talk about the game, to be honest. Brandon, the game, give me, how did you view the game? Were you positive after this game? A point at Anfield is something that not a lot of people do.
Yeah. I think the first 15 minutes we started really well. It's the type of performance that you want to see when you go away to Anfield. In that first 10-15 minutes, scored the goal nice and early, created a few chances, few half chances that maybe we could have done better with. And then Zinchenko happened. And we'll keep having this conversation about this guy because he is a defensive liability and always will be. Unfortunately, he's a midfielder, not a left back. We continue to play him in midfield, inverting into the midfield. And really and truly, we just need a proper defensive-minded left back because the way that he allowed Mo Salah, a guy who scored over 200 goals from the left wing, by the way, to cut inside on his left foot so easily was just embarrassing, to be fair. And I look at this game and I think from the perspective of we come away from Anfield with a point, when really and truly, when you look at the better chances that were created, Liverpool had the better chances and should have won the game. So I'm happy with the point from that aspect, but I'm also disappointed, Mo, because there are 3 or 4 Arsenal players that let us down massively today. Martinelli, shocking. Zinchenko, shocking. Ben White, I don't know what he's doing either. You know, standing off players, allowing them to cross the ball, allowing them to shoot. I don't think he was very good today. In fact, Odegaard, I don't think he was too bad, but you know, I kind of understand what Hussam says as well about him not turning up in big games. And as your captain, you expect a bit more from him. Jesus wasn't great today. You know, Saka, I think he did okay. Havertz, I think he did okay as well. But like Hussam said, the best players in the game today were the centre-backs. You know, the centre-backs were absolutely brilliant. Saliba and Gabriel, exceptional. Van Dijk and Konate were very good as well. But what I will say is, and this goes for both teams, Arsenal and Liverpool, as things stand, neither of us are winning the title. Purely and simply because neither of us can finish our chances. The amount of chances that both teams create and do not finish is an absolute joke. And this is why Arsenal, and I'd probably even say Liverpool as well, need a striker in January. We desperately need a striker in January because Jesus isn't that guy. As my man at the top there pointed out, our top goal scorer so far this season is Eddie Nketiah. If that's acceptable, then, that's just ridiculous. And yeah, okay, we share the goals around the pitch, but I think if you put a striker, a proper number 9 in this team that can guarantee you 10, 15 goals a season and puts away the chances that we create, like, for example, today, right? Bukayo Saka beats Joe Gomez, puts the ball in the box. Who's making the run? Martinelli, static. Yeah. Havertz, static. Jesus, nowhere to be seen because he's dropping deep. And that is what we're crying out for. We need somebody who can do the type of things that Jesus can do in terms of dropping deep, bringing others into play, but can also be an out-and-out striker and find the right positions inside the box. And for me, that guy is Ivan Toney. Go and get him. Go and get him in January. If it costs you 80 million, get him. If he costs you 100 million, get him. It doesn't really matter. But my fear is that Arsenal will do the same thing that they did last season. We're top of the tree at Christmas. Oh, it's all great. Now we need some players because we do need players. And we'll probably go out in January and do the bare minimum like we did last season. So that's my feeling on it. But in terms of the game itself, I mean, we had to come out with some sort of positive result from Anfield, and the draw was the bare minimum. Anything, if we'd have lost there today, with City having a game in hand as well and all that, it opens it right back up again. And as much as I don't like Spurs, and I don't like to admit about Spurs, they have got players still to come back. They are still winning games. Yes, they've had an easier run of fixtures, but they are still only 4 points behind. You've got Aston Villa on you on the tails as well. Not saying that they're going to last the whole course, but it's going to be an interesting title this season, and we need to strengthen. Liverpool need to strengthen. Man City, when they get Kevin De Bruyne back, I think people are underestimating Man City at the moment. I think they can go on a run of games again. And we know that Man City can do it. So it's kind of like we need to sort ourselves out pretty sharpish.
Yeah, mate. You know what you're saying, this game had all these chances that we're talking about, and then you think about it, and what did the keepers have to do? And that's the problem with both teams right now in Liverpool and Arsenal. They just can't fit. Like Martinelli's shot, that's got to be on target. That's criminal to not be on target. That hitting the crossbar from Trent is criminal as well. These you can't be expect, like with City coming back, we can't expect to say we're going to win the league if we're not putting away chances like this. We need a striker. Sads, I see in the other thing. And 5 weeks ago, I was agreeing and saying the number 8 was the main thing we need. The last 3 weeks has showed me we need the striker. We need the striker so bad because there's Martinelli, for me, needs to be dropped off this game. I'm actually furious with Martinelli. It ain't just the missing the chances. It's running the ball off the pitch, running just into. He does like 3 decent things and then keeps hold of it and runs into players. And it's like, it's sink or swim time, man. I'm starting to get to the point where if we want to be a Man City and be winning the leagues and stuff, then brother, you step up, or we look to start bringing in other players in the left wing position to potentially put you on the bench. Like, I'm being real, and I love Martinelli, but I'm being honest. When I'm watching it now in these games, it's like there's this lack of something. Like, I know it's a confidence. It might be a confidence thing. I'm not gonna jump the gun and say do it now, but these players need to start taking a bit of accountability today, because I think, and I do think, Liverpool, yes, they played good today, but if we had certain players in our team, we beat them. I generally believe if Arsenal had Salah on the left today instead of Martinelli, we win that game. And that's and that's it for me. And this season,
Salah
there's
wasn't
many
good
games.
today. Remember, Giuseppe.
But even when if he's not the greatest, he's still clutch.
Fraudulent.
That's what I'm saying. So he's
So he was
gonna get the goals.
clutch. Yes, clutch.
No, but that's besides the point. Forget about just clutch. There's a reason why they were consistently passing towards the right side. There's a specific reason why they were consistently passing the ball to Salah. Every time they looked up, is Salah free? Pass the ball to him. Even when he wasn't free, they passed the ball to him because Salah was the only threat in that attack. The only threat. He's the only one that's doing anything. He's looking at a fucking Gakpo. Gakpo's trying to run back in because he's too deep into the midfield, so he's not even in position to receive a pass from him. And when he is there to receive a pass, he can't even take the ball down correctly with the touch. So for me, I can't lie, man. This game, this was a title race game. You know when you see Man City, I'm glad that we got a point because getting a point, even at times Man City couldn't do it. Man City last year, their best team ever, the treble-winning team, went to Anfield, couldn't even get a point. They lost there 1-0 because when you're at Anfield, bro, this guy's taking cheap W's. But when you go to Anfield, it's serious, isn't it?
Can I say something?
Go, bro.
If you're being very honest, Liverpool should have won this game. Let's be very honest here. Liverpool have done enough to win this game. You got to draw. If you're going to sit here and say that Spurs got away versus Everton, you also have to say Arsenal got away versus Liverpool. Because I'm not going to disrespect getting a point at Anfield, but I got an easier point than you last week. It didn't really mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a point because Trent hit the bar. You didn't get a point because you prevented that chance. They still have done enough. Your midfield, I think, I'm sorry, listen, this was like a basketball game, and I agree with Hassam. The best players on the pitch were the center backs. But it was more of them. Every time they win the ball, they came at you crazy. Like, they were just running at you. And this looked like old school Liverpool. I'm looking at today's game and who benefited with the point. Forget that I understand the game's at Anfield, but when we look at solely the performances, forget the venue. You're looking at the performances. Who today feels more like they lost the game? I think Hassam would be more gutted that he didn't get 3 points. Who feels lucky to get the point? Fans. Exactly. Who feels lucky to get the point? I think it's you.
That chance is massive, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
if I went by itself is massive, but also the Saka chance is massive, though.
Yeah, that's for me.
That Saka chance is massive, though.
That's
Not
what I'm
just
saying.
The second chance, the Martinelli chance as well.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
That's
that was the same move. Yeah,
that's the same chance.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry.
And by the way, that should have been a penalty. I want to speak about the penalty.
Another chance.
Let me speak about the penalty, please, too. And if anyone is gonna sit in the chat and cry and say that I'm twerking, there's no way I'm gonna get accused of twerking for Liverpool. I hate Liverpool more than anyone. So if I'm sitting here and I'm giving you an unbiased opinion and you want to cry, then cry more. I couldn't give a shit. Hold on, actually, I'm gonna drink your tears right now.
I actually don't.
He was an Arsenal.
But anyways,
I actually
that penalty.
Go ahead. Yeah,
that penalty. Listen, they said when a player is falling to the ground and he needs to use his hand to break the fall, it's not a handball. Let's be very clear.
Odegaard didn't even fall down.
Salah cooked him. He got him unbalanced, and that's why he was shook. He didn't even touch the floor with his hand.
100%. Yeah.
So I understand he was about to break the fall, but that only happened because of Salah's touch. So effectively, it's not like he was slide tackling. You know what? Sometimes players slide tackle whatever, and it hits their hand, and you feel like it's harsh. He didn't use his hand because he was going to the floor. Salah shook him, and then he was got past him, and then it hit his hand. The fact that they're using the excuse that he was about to break the fall instead of saying that's a penalty is insane to me. I would 100% think that if I was a Liverpool fan today, I would think that was 100% a robbery.
Listen, when we say anything about refs, we get told to not comment about the refs, and that we can talk countless times. That is a penalty. I'd say it's a penalty. If it was against us, I'd be saying the same thing. I'm not gonna lie, but listen, this happens, and when we moan and when our manager
called, like Romero, the penalty against Romero is worse because at least Romero touched it was a deflected handball. So you guys remember that
bounced off Madison's arm into his hand.
Like, come on, it was a deflected one. This one wasn't a deflected. Odegaard didn't fall down.
No, but I'm not talking about that.
This was clear and obvious. Like, this should have been called.
But the problem is,
he didn't use his hand to. He didn't use it. Like, for me, like, what Staffy said is exactly the real thing. Yes, if you want to break your fall, but if I'm using my hands for balance, that's not in the law.
He used it for balance
not in
because
the
Salah
law.
did it. So if Salah never took that touch, he would have never been in that situation anyways.
Yes.
So what does that even mean? So now every time
He
someone
broke
tries
his
to dribble
ankle,
me,
basically.
basically, you know what he did? He did a Kyrie Irving on him. That's all he did, bro.
And then Odegaard dribbled the ball.
Can I be shameless for just a second? Can I be shameless for just a second?
Listen, there's no
No, can I just
You've
no,
been
hold
doing
on,
it, CGO man hates
hold
us
on,
the whole year.
Hassam.
And
Hold
today the
on.
referee was an Arsenal fan,
Yes.
the little prick, probably Mank
Yes,
prick as well
that's
from
fine.
Manchester.
That's
As per
fine.
usual.
They're Manx. They're all Manx. Yeah, they're all Manx. Let's get that right. All referees are Manx. They're all from Manchester.
Yeah, that's why they're useless.
They're all there. But all I'm gonna say when I'm shameless is he could have slipped, bro. The pitch was crazy today, isn't it? So he slipped. You know what I mean? That's what I'm just being shameless.
You guys, this is the thing with this Arsenal.
Listen,
Let me be shameless.
Will has to drop because he has an appointment.
Dinner date with my wife. Yeah.
Yeah, great. But let me do this. You people in the chat about nationality and knowledge doesn't matter where you're from. I love this comment. We are all football fans. I love this comment. Absolutely
100%
phenomenal.
doesn't matter where you're
comment.
from.
Absolutely, I love this comment because this comment is saying we'll making Americans like Staffy and Mo look bad. I don't think Americans have to. This is a xenophobic comment, and I don't think this has to do anything with footballing opinion, right? Like,
Because
it's
we're
like
not
you
talking
being
about
from
our
somewhere
nationality,
doesn't
we're
mean you
talking
know
about a
football more
specific
than anybody else.
Can I just say, I've got a mate from England who is just like Will with facts. We argue all the time. It's nothing to do with where you're from, or it's how you see the game, how you personally view.
And
if you view facts as the main focal point, that's just there's
I
loads
don't even
of
think stats are this main focal point. I just don't think that they're diminished.
No, they aren't. I agree with you, of course. Listen, why are you trying to derail the man panel?
Derail the man's panel. Like you're
Derail the
wasting
man's
his
panel?
like yeah, he's wasting.
Yeah,
Well, because when things are said, right, that when things are said or said about you or inferenced about you, and you don't have the opportunity to respond to that, that's disingenuous, right? If you're going to make a claim about somebody, you should give them the opportunity to actually flesh that out in more than one
Mo
sentence.
does that a lot. So hold that, Mo. Will had the right to respond as well.
I literally gave him a half an hour, me and him talking.
Mo always wants
I
the
had to
last
take it.
word. That's your problem. You should call the show the last word because you always
It's
want the
my
last
show.
word.
It's my show. It's my show.
Hey, wallahi,
The
he's the
fact
last one.
Arsenal finished above Spurs with Partey playing 33 games. Another fact, Partey scored and didn't lose against Spurs last season twice. All right. Thank you so much for the
Yes,
super
those are
chat.
all facts. You're correct. That's all true. I agree.
Okay. AMT
Yeah.
saying style of play between Arteta and Conte were different. That's why stats will vary, in my opinion. That's very, very good super
Yeah,
chat.
but
Thank you, AMT.
every team plays a different system. All 20 of them. So that means you
We
can
don't-
compare no one. By that logic, you can compare no player against any other player.
Stats
we
are
don't
facts.
have a
Don't
system.
care about.
Just want to say that.
You don't have a system.
We
Stats
don't have
are
a system.
facts. Man United don't have a system.
I don't have a system. I'm
Wallahi,
systemless.
Staffy's down bad, bro. Wallahi, Staffy's down
Stats,
bad.
I'm
stats and
systemless.
facts. That's what stats and facts don't care about your opinion. I never.
Sad,
claimed
you
that
don't
stats
understand,
care about your
Sad. Today when I woke up and I saw outside there was no sun yet, the birds were even chirping yet.
I
It
need
was
to
dark
do-
Yeah, you
outside.
can-
He's
Well,
got
It
to
was
do this
dark.
before I go.
It was just
so
me,
the guests
West
don't get-
Ham, and a watch along, and I knew my life was
I
over.
need to do this because Brandon as well has to go. Stats fact don't care about your opinion. We all agree. Stats don't care about our opinion, right? Leon here is saying.
I agree with this
in
one
the
too.
Super chat. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.
But super chat
Jovi is saying, "Preach, brother. It's about using the right stats." That's
Correct.
reasonable. Thank you so much.
He
Appreciate
has
it.
a dollar sign. It's
So
it's
this
an
one,
American coin.
Pro, he asked me to read his super chat. He's saying Spurs have a lot of Kane syndrome players. They are only recognized after they leave. Romero is a much better footballer than Van Dijk and Saliba.
I agree with the Saliba part, not the Van Dijk part.
That's crazy, though. That's
That's some
crazy.
shame when it comes to footballer and Van Dijk. Van Dijk is probably a better footballer than some midfielders in the Premier League, never mind centre backs.
But that's
That's a
crazy,
shame,
man. That's absolutely crazy.
Any more? Because I got to.
This guy.
Yes. Omar Rushdie is saying Gomez was more the threat. No, I will come to that. Matthias is saying maybe the stats merchant Spurs fan should have done his stat research before he started supporting Spurs. You'll never win anything.
Yeah, that's not a stat.
Thank
So
you
if he
much.
does that, he would be accused of being a glory hunter. But because he supports a team that doesn't win, you guys want to mock him.
0 trophies is a stat, to be fair to him.
Yeah, but we don't have
okay.
0 trophies. That's not a stat.
So is he
Anyway.
a stat merchant or is he just
True,
Next
true.
question.
It's a- I'm not
Spurs
even
lover?
guys. Let me read this because
You have
I'm not
Staffy the
even
glory
capping.
hunter.
I've never seen more take the ball away from Romero in the Premier League. If you find one, let me know. I could have missed it.
I think there's a couple times he's lost the ball, but it's not often.
Come on,
There's
man.
not a
No
better
one
center
has
back
zero
on the ball
dispossessions,
in the
bro.
league.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
There is
It's
no player in the whole league who has zero dispossessions. Well,
Yes.
is that Super Saiyan?
Ahmed Abdel Qadir saying the game was even. It could have gone either way, and Liverpool was home. See you at the Emirates. The penalty claim on Odi, he slipped and he lost balance. The push on Kai Havertz is never a penalty.
You know, Ahmed,
And
I'm
he's
not
just-
gonna make it about nationality, but this is you're the type of Arsenal fan
Yeah.
why the reason no one likes Arsenal. I'm not one of them, but you're the reason. Because
No,
you
no, it's
want
people-
to say Odegaard slipped, and it's not a handball because he slipped, but the push on Kai Havertz, oh subhanallah. That one is a penalty. Push on Kai Havertz.
It's also people like Indian Gooner. Every comment has my name in
Wallah.
it. You know what, Indian Gooner? Every show I go to,
Yeah.
Indian Gooner is there talking about me. Indian Gooner, I just want you to know that I have you by the balls. Because
Listen,
every
but
time
I'm
I'm on a show, you're rattled.
Yeah.
Cry more, Indian Gooner. Cry more, and I'll continue to.
You guys are gonna have
I'm
me
actually
sleeping
gonna
on the
diss
couch.
Arsenal just to piss
We
you
don't
off.
get
Okay,
Go.
last 10 people. Will, thank you so much for joining. I know Brandon has to go as well. So thank you both for being here. We're going to stay here for 5 minutes because
Big up.
Staffy has a show. Don't leave anywhere. We're staying here for 5 more minutes because Staffy has a show that will start after this. Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah,
Appreciate
where's
you,
Brandon
bro.
going? Because this is gonna be on my show. Where are you going, Brandon?
Where are you going, Brandon? Okay, if you're going to be.
He went for a shit. He went for a shit. Brandon AFC. He went for a shit.
Hey,
100%.
Brandon AFC is joke.
I will bet my kidney he's going for a shit right now. Bet my kidney right now. That's all it is. That's all it is. He's just taking a shit. Guys, you know, YouTubers, we also have to use the bathroom, you know? That's why Saad went off camera for 3 minutes. Thank God his mic was off at the same time.
There you are. Look at this guy. Wallahi, guys,
I got
you know
it.
what? You know what he messaged me? You know
I got
what he
it. His
messaged
mic
You know
on.
what
We
he
didn't even
messaged
piss.
me? You
We
know what he
didn't even piss.
messaged me? Listen.
Yeah,
listen,
he
this
said
is what
turn
he
off your.
messaged
I
me.
heard that.
He said
Also,
mute your
why,
mic. Don't
why
pee
are you
with your
being
mic
racist
on.
with the layout? Did you put me and Saad here because we both Arabs? Is that it?
I know. You know what's? Hold on, I was gonna say something.
calling me a
That
camel?
comment. That comment
Actually,
about turning
I
off.
don't know who's a winner and who's a loser, to be honest.
Bro, I'm always the loser. Just put me on the
Staffy
bottom.
is the only
okay?
loser in this whole
It's
panel.
it's
I'm
always
serious.
always guaranteed to have me on the bottom row. But let me tell you something.
Yay, Giuseppe, put me with
Oski,
the- Let's
Oski, one time on my channel, took the mic with him to the bathroom and we heard him flush. It's not a joke, wallah. So when I was saying that, wallahi, we heard him piss and just flush the toilet on the fucking stream. So
Sad privately. I'm like, please switch off your mic if you want to go piss, please.
I always mute.
Listen, let me
I
do
always-
these super chats because there are some of them that
Yes,
are
right.
actually
We all
football related super chats, people. Football related super chats. Gomez was more of a threat than Gakpo, Nunes, and Diaz. Nunes wasn't bad. Why, Omar? Why you're not honest, Omar? Nunes, when he came on, he wasn't bad. He was very direct. Yeah, Gomez
Still
was
wasn't. No, Mo.
He wasn't
Mo,
bad.
Wasn't bad, but still not good enough.
He
yeah,
played
very
left
good
wing.
shot. I thought he was
Not
gonna
good
curl
enough.
that one in the second half.
Trent Cook today. Mo,
Gomez,
your thoughts about the
crazy.
game? Fair result. A penalty should have been called, to be honest. But again, Hussam said it, and Hussam is an honest guy because he said one thing that he
Sounds
said
honest,
maybe
yeah.
if that penalty was called, we would not have scored the goal. Which
Yeah,
is
maybe the Salah goal doesn't happen. So
yeah,
it's not like it's 2-1 just because of that moment.
yeah. So I agree with that. But yeah, in the game, to be honest, it was not the Man United game. I actually think it was a very high quality game. Actually, in terms of football, I enjoyed the game. I was watching the game and I enjoyed the game. Actually, it was tactical battle. It was
That's the only difference between that and the United game because the United game was
No, the United game was shit, and I said that was shit. This game, Arsenal, because Arsenal had phases when they pressed high. You know that, like Arsenal didn't just sit deep; they had phases when they tried to press. So
Martinelli
that
was
was not bad.
trash. He was trash today. That's the problem.
Who?
I can agree with you.
Martinelli was trash.
Yeah, it was
Stunk
because he
trash.
had. That's what I said. Like he
Even
had.
I was
phases.
worried. I was thinking maybe he'll dribble past Trent, bro. Trent
He
just,
didn't.
They
Yeah,
like,
just
Trent
took the ball in front of him.
one leg.
Weird.
I went into Sad's halftime show. I said sub Martinelli off at halftime. I said it. Nah, give him
You
another.
want to hear the
10.
problem? Trossard came on and he wasn't much better. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
that's true.
Okay.
To be honest, that's why I say a draw was a fair result because I don't think either team played good enough and deserved to win that game because of the chance. Like them missed chances, people say the Trent one. That's lack of quality in the final moment. It's the same with Arsenal. It's like we don't. When you do that, I know people use that as excuses. It's not like the keeper's made a world-class save. Yeah, players, when you miss. That's your fault, you know? So for me, that's why.
No, but
yeah.
the Trent miss was luck. Pure luck. That ball hit a piece of the turf and bounced the biggest bounce. That was pure luck. Pure luck. It wasn't him being reckless. And if you see the replay, that was pure luck.
And he hit the
100%.
ball as well. So it's not like
Yeah, it's like to be honest with you, there's a difference. And I'm trying to be objective. To be honest, Saad, the replay, it's one like the ball was on the ground, it hit a big bounce, so it's luck.
You know what, Mo, I agree. Listen, big bounce, small bounce. Listen, 1-1 at Anfield. I take a draw. I see
100%.
your ass in the Emirates, bro. I see your ass in the Emirates, bro.
Okay,
Yeah, come to the carpet, bro. There will be
2
no
years,
slipping.
2 years.
There will be no bounce.
I know we ain't won,
Matteo.
but that's 2 seasons, no loss at Anfield.
Pristine,
Decent.
bro.
Listen,
Pristine.
Matthias, I really
Saad, we got to draw away at the Etihad. I'm not worried about you. Relax, brother.
There you are.
Don't make threats. Please
There
don't
you
make
are.
threats.
There you are.
All
There
I ask
you
you
are.
is don't make
Look at
threats.
Do you
Don't make
know the
threats.
difference,
Don't
Saad,
say
to be
like,
honest?
come
Do you know what the
here
difference,
to-
Saad? At the Emirates,
Relax.
you opened up today and you got ripped apart by Mohamed Salah when he had space against Zinchenko. At the Emirates, you're not going to defend deep, my friend. You're not going to be one like
Yes,
you're not going to defend
yes.
deep.
But at the Emirates, I'm gonna have Tomiyasu. Yeah. So
Oh,
Salah ain't
there you
gonna be
go.
doing
Tomiyasu
that. Salah
hype.
ain't gonna be doing
Allah
that.
Al-Azim.
Tomiyasu. Last time,
This
Salah.
Tomiyasu hype is
Hold
mad.
on.
Revisionism at its best.
Tomiyasu. We
Arsenal
already know
fans,
this.
last year said Tomiyasu
already
isn't
know
good enough to
this,
play
bro.
for the club. You guys are lying.
No one said.
Tomiyasu,
no
one
Arsenal
second.
fan I
One
know
second,
said
Stad.
that.
Can you guarantee Tomiyasu will be fit for the Arsenal game? Tomiyasu, 2021, 2022, 21 games. Last season, 21 games. He's currently on 12. So he's on track to play 7 more games before the end of the season.
Yeah, we play you in 7 more games.
There you are. There you are. There
Play
you
you in
are.
7 more games.
And I have to claim something for the people. And let me do this. Mateus, I see you super chat. I'm very sorry. I can't do that. It's very disrespectful. And we're not about that life here on Footy Judgment. So thank you so much for having the super chat. And I appreciate you supporting the channel, but that's disrespectful. So
Mateus, your mother does that, not me.
Hey, whoa.
I didn't show the super chat.
That's okay. I'm still gonna
Do you have stats to back your claim about Romero versus Saliba? Yes, actually, he has stats. Best if for Premier League. So yes. So I'm gonna answer for Will here. He showed me the stats of Saliba versus Romero. Actually, he does. But that doesn't
The
tell you
reason
why
why stats are not the be all and end all is very simple.
Yes.
Every team has a different
very
context and a different style of play. If you go back to 08, 09, go to the Premier League website right now. Go 08, 09, go Rio Ferdinand, Titus Bramble comparison. The reason why Titus Bramble has better stats is because they played in low block every week and he had to make 10 times more clearances, 10 times more blocks, 10 times more interception. That doesn't mean he's better. Stats are only evidence of what your team does on the pitch, not evidence in comparison. You know, even when it comes to chances, even when it comes to shit like that, like let's use, you know, someone like a Hoyland as an example. Hoyland would get more chances at Liverpool. He'd get more clear-cut chances at Liverpool. Maybe he scores 3 or 4 of them, you know. So it's just like shit like this is what people need to realize. Like even the crap players, statistics sometimes don't even work in their favor. So stats are not always factual way to compare. They're facts in terms of numbers, but those numbers represent a specific context on the pitch. This is the problem. It's like saying, you know, a player for Luton this season got more clearances than Saliba, so he's better. It's just not how it works.
Tommy pocketed Salah last season at the Emirates. Facts.
Trent
100%.
pocketed Martinelli this
100%.
season at Anfield. Facts.
Salah got pocketed, bro. You know, I've never seen him.
By the way,
struggle.
speaking of,
Okay.
by the way, we've been shitting on Martinelli. Have we noticed that Saka got pocketed by both Tsimikas and Gomez? Because no one going to talk about Starboy with the blonde hair.
Nah, I
He
thought
didn't
we
get. He
were.
didn't get pocketed
There
by
you are.
Tsimikas.
There you are. Now
He
we're gonna lie.
didn't get pocketed by Tsimikas.
Nah, he didn't.
That's why
I
you
don't
can
think-
never ever be honest. You can never be honest.
Bro,
with
he
these
didn't
answers.
get pocketed by Tsimikas. I say he
Saka
got.
was in
He got
Saka
pocketed.
was in
He got.
Gomez's back pocketed. Couldn't even dribble
So-
past him once.
Yes,
Tsimikas
Gomez,
got the
fine.
fuck out of Saka.
Gomez,
He
fine. Gomez, fine. Tsimikas, no. I
There
will
you
never
are.
say he
Saka
got
dribbled
pocketed
past him
by
once.
Tsimikas.
Oh, wow. MashaAllah.
Saka, what?
That's
Saka
your
dribbled
star
past
boy.
him once.
Allah, you're
The literally just said Saka dribbled past him once.
MashaAllah. Yay, let's all clap for Saka.
There we go.
What a
Listen,
shit
people.
overrated player. I think Cole Palmer is better now. I'm done with
You're
Saka.
such a fraud. He's such a fraud.
There you are.
Abdulkader is
Look at him now, bro. He doesn't believe that. Not one word.
قرأناها تحت أحمد. كم مرة بدك تحط الأم المزتاح؟ ما قرأناها خلاص. خلاص يا عم بلا صلاح.
Anyway, listen. Anyway, I want to thank everybody that joined. Saad, absolutely. Thank you so much. Giuseppe, Unbiased Sports, of course, Hussam. This is Football, Staffy TV. Of course, stay on the stream. Don't go anywhere. The entertainment continues with Staffy TV. It's going to have a great panel, and this is going to be a fantastic stream for them. Just please stay on the stream. Don't go anywhere because it's easy. Ahmed Abdeladir, super chat. Ahmed Abdeladir is saying, Hussam, worry about Diaz dropping stinkers.
Martinelli got 2 goals in the last 17 games. One of them deflected. There you are. There you are. Facts
Nunes
don't care.
Nunes can't score to save his life.
Nunes got more goals than Jesus
in the last 7 games. In the last 7 games,
Nunes got more goals than Jesus and Martinelli.
There you are. Look at you.
I'm starting to realize I've never heard Saad criticize his players, bro. He gets so offended when someone says something bad. It's so weird.
You go see them.
Kai Havertz. Only Kai Havertz. You
I
see,
don't get it, bro.
said,
What is wrong with saying Martinelli was shit? I don't get it, bro.
I said Martinelli was shit. Go to the terrace.
So why when Hussam says it, you get upset, bro? It's fine, bro.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit here and take it though, bro. Pause.
Why?
Pause.
Why can't you?
I need to point out his players as well.
This is why people accuse you of waffling.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna let that come from. I'm not gonna let that come from the biggest waffler. Yeah, there we go.
Bro, yeah, sure. Because I sit here and twerk for all my players regardless.
Staffy, Bruno was shit today.
Don't say it was shit. I can't take it from you. Well, that's what Saad would do. That's absolutely what you would do. You would lose your shit.
There you are.
That's not what I do. That's not what I do.
Imagine Bruno looking at.
No, hold on. Because if he said to me, if I was a Man United fan, he said Bruno was shit, I'd then come back to him and say Szoboszlai had the worst game of his life.
Yeah,
So,
you can say that, and you know what? Say it. Say it, and Hussam I agree with you. He's gonna be like, yeah, he played bad.
There you are.
Say it.
No, he's not. Bro,
Yes,
this is how I know Hussam Wallahi. Bro, sometimes he
watches. You know, Lee Gunner was right about Odegaard and the standards of the fans. It's crazy. He has
100%, bro. Big up Lee Gunner, bro. People like Lee Gunner and people like Northside.
11 passes into the final third, bro.
11 passes, billah alik, as a 10.
Look how many. You
understand you just scored an own goal. You know you just scored an own goal.
Look how many recoveries he made.
Yo, he has 11 passes, guys.
He was playing defensive.
No, you're not serious. No, hold on. This is not a serious stat.
He was playing defensive as
11 passes. Yeah,
who did? Who did?
Odegaard.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna stop
the
show.
Odegaard had 51 passes today. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about final third passes.
Can I say goodbye to the people before I go? Sorry, you're just screaming over everyone.
Sam, bro. Sam's a fraud.
Guys, stick on the stream. We're going Staffy TV.
By the way, guess who's in my comments already over there? Indian Gooner. You guys obsessed with like hold that Indian Gooner.
Listen, people. Stuff is gonna start his stream. Don't go anywhere. Stay in the stream. I want to thank everybody that joined us. I'm so tired, to be honest. I still have to go out, by the way. You guys,
it's so weird.
The football corner. The football corner in the description. This is football, of course. Hussam's channel is in the description. Unbiased Sport, Tottenham Away, Wolves channel is in the description. True Gunner TV in the description as well. So please,
fuck
guys.
Off Andy, bro. Andy's a fraud. Wallah, sorry.
Gallagher performance, yo. Put up with
he's a fraud. Andy's a fraud, bro. He's the biggest.
This is why you're an icon, and you're better than Saad.
Fuck you, man. Wallah, he's a fraud.
Odegaard dropped a Gallagher performance. Let's go. I'm gonna use that bar on the Back Again podcast tomorrow, inshallah. Let's go.
Listen, people, I want to thank everybody that joined us. Guys, stay on this stream. Don't go anywhere. Stay. Staffy's entertainment is about to start. So, guys, stay here. We'll see you guys soon. And we're out of here, people.